The race underway at the moment is the second of the school finals, the A final of the Schoolboys singles Scull. Michael Spratt, Varsity College in lane 1, Bradley Pearsall, Corowa High School, lane 2, Nathan Kennedy from Daramalan in Canberra, lane 3, the Southport School represented by Cormac, Kennedy-Leverett in lane 5, George Finlayson, the Scots College in lane 5, then Matteo Sandrelli, Trinity in 6, Jordan Duff, Cathedral in 7, and in lane 8, Bailey Wagstaff, Trinity Lutheran College.
Thanks, John. Well through the 1,000-metre mark. In fact, about 750 metres to go on this final of the Schoolboys single Scull. And trying hard all week without the numbers here in commentary to keep up the Queensland quota. I can tell you there's 4 Queenslanders in this final and 3 from the Gold Coast, in fact. And one of those is our race leader, Cormac Kennedy-Leverett, who's been extremely busy at this regatta, is our race leader past halfway now in the Schoolboys single Scull final. He coached by Adam Harrison and Gary Anand at the Southport School in Queensland, and he leads George Finlayson from the Scots College in Sydney, coached by Curtis Thomas, who's there in second place. It was Finlayson, the narrow leader. After 500 metres, he had just over a second on Cormac Kennedy-Leverett, but the tables have been turned in the second 500 metres, and lane 4 it is. The sculler from the Southport School who leads this race now from George Finlayson in second place. Our sole West Australian in this race, Matteo Sandrelli from Trinity College in Perth, also has rode in a number of races over the course of these championships, and doing so again here, contending certainly for a medal in the Schoolboys single Scull. But Cormac Kennedy-Leverett has doubled his lead over the third 500 metres, and in 5:30.51 he goes through with 5 1/3 seconds at margin over Matteo Sandrelli, now the West Australian, who's moved up into second place, ahead then of the Scots sculler George Finlayson there in third now, coached by Curtis Thomas, and they would be the medalists at this stage as we approach the grandstand in the final few hundred metres of this race in the Schoolboys single Scull. So Cormac Kennedy-Leverett, the race leader, from Matteo Sandrelli, then George Finlayson, back to Bradley Pearsall from Corowa in New South Wales. That's Corowa with a C, not to be confused with the Corowa with a K. The school in Melbourne, also very active at this regatta. Then Nathan Kennedy, Michael Spratt, Jordan Duff and Bailey Wagstaff, the remaining 4 scullers in this race. But Cormac Kennedy-Leverett, with a distinctive high-vis cap of the Southport School, leads this race now inside the final couple of 100 metres, and he leads it comfortably by a couple of lengths, it would seem, from Matteo Sandrelli of Trinity College in second place. In the lane between those two, it remains George Finlayson from the Scots College here in Sydney, who led the race early, but still there in a medal position, but we'll have to work if it's any better than bronze. But this is all happening a fair way behind Cormac Kennedy-Leverett, the sculler from the Southport School, who is comfortably clear now in this final of the Schoolboys single Scull. Coached at that school by Adam Harrison and Gary Anand, Cormac Kennedy-Leverett continues to comfortably lead from Matteo Sandrelli and George Finlayson. Also Bradley Pearsall from Corowa, the far side, finishing well. Then Nathan Kennedy from Daramalan. But here comes the Southport School sculler, and Cormac Kennedy-Leverett is the Schoolboys single Scull champion of Australia. Second place goes to Matteo Sandrelli from Trinity College. Third to George Finlayson from Scots. Then Bradley Pearsall of Corowa will finish 4th. 5th place from Daramalan in Canberra, Nathan Kennedy. 6th on the far side, Varsity College from Queensland, Michael Spratt. And the next 2 home on this side, the Cathedral School in North Queensland, Jordan Duff, the sculler, there in 7th place. And Bailey Wagstaff from Trinity Lutheran, also on the Gold Coast, will be across soon in 8th position.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the second of our champion school event medal presentations, the Schoolboys single Scull. And we acknowledge that our gold medalist and our silver medalist are back on the water competing. Presentation by Carmen Word. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please acknowledge the bronze medalist from the Scots College in Sydney, George Finlayson, and the coach, Curtis Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, would you also acknowledge Matteo Sandrelli, our silver medalist from Trinity College, and Cormac Kennedy-Leverett from the Southport School, from the medalist and our gold medalist, Schoolboy Single Scull.